Alright, so let's see about continuing the second island, as we started the previous time all the way through the first one, and now moving on to the second one. First we should of course look at our troops and the research settings to be ready to go to the first battle proper on this island. So let's examine the research first. So we had only 10% to spend, which of course is not sustainable in the long term, and we already may have invested a bit more on research. That would be opportunity in that sense, so we should lower the research spending for now to have more quantity in addition to quality. So now we have already 35% to spend moving forward. So we are going to get improved units also, like pikemen, which negate cavalry advantage, and chariots, which are also pretty strong in that respect. So this setup should be more viable. We may have invested a bit more than we should initially for research in this respect, exactly because we do not have now too much funds to spend on new troops proper, but we'll try. We may have to try again, but we'll see this in progress of the game, of course, because I wasn't quite sure how much to put up for research. So we developed new units in most categories, but most probably do not have quite enough funds now to spend on actually acquiring them. But let's see how this goes. So now we have alright, and no, I'm still not interested, like, advertising, unfortunately, but we'll wave also to them and continue playing. So we have this. It would be most probably opportunity to upgrade these, but we should also see about the air component, so we can upgrade the bomber, but we could also acquire at least one sky hunter, of course, which this one is kind of, I would say, out of reach, considering it's 50, which would be most of our budget for 5 units already. So in that respect it would be opportunity to buy the wyvern now and then upgrade it later. So let's invest in that, and then let's invest in 2 of the very low cost, still modestly useful first model heavy infantry, the war bands, only for some more heavy infantry capabilities in this respect. So we'll buy 2 of those, and then we could do with an extra archer. So let's get another archer, and now we have pretty much right amount of troops in our army, and then we could do with a couple of upgrades. So let's put effort into the infantry and upgrade both the light and the heavy infantry. And now we are done with upgrading. So let's again save the game here and see how we do in the first battle next. There we go. So now with the game saved, let's see about the first battle here. The Vale of Sorrow, which doesn't sound very promising for us. Let's go to the Vale of Sorrow, yay. So we get a bit of story. So large contingent of forces through the pass and is threatening to overrun our positions. But we also see here that we should stop them before they reach Ellerbrook. Yes, so that's a critical village for us And equally important, if we capture the Tower of Tombs, we can move on to the Broken Fang Pass, and key villages to the south should also be captured. And once this is achieved, we have better positions. And also, we are noted about that the mechmaster Ferras would be available if he has no time to move it out of the Cairvian Peninsula to the south. So if we can do this battle, I believe in 10 or slightly more turns, we get a chance at capturing Ferras, which would provide another unit category, as I explained also the previous time, that there would be additional type of troops if you can capture him. So we should try for that also in that respect. So deployment phase. There we go. So conclude deployment, and let's try to scout some here. So not much yet. Let's move out. See also down here if we can scout with the flyers. Not much visible yet. Can actually try here, make it ambushed, but let's see. Not yet, at least. There we now get some view of the enemy formations. So we have again like very typical evil things, undead like, and of course the usual goblin archers. And we also now have some mechanical units on the opposing side, as we can also check the fancy mechanical heavy infantry. These will be available if we can capture the specialist for these, as it was mentioned also in the scenario introduction. And we have to also remember to keep the key village on our side, because if we do not recapture it within one turn, if we lose control of it, the game concludes. In this game you can't actually, like many older strategy games, you can't actually lose any battles proper. So you have to win them all to actually continue the game. There are no alternate pathways at all in this respect, which was usual, especially for older games in this genre. So let's conclude the turn. And we also have the spellcasting ability of the Shadow Wizard on display. And he has also some mechanical air units, as we can see, which doesn't bode too well for our Sky Hunter. So we should most probably try to get something done about the troops here. Let's move this to rest in the rear and try to do some bombing. Which is usually useful because it also tends to break, so we can attack them with more effectively. try to get these to retreat so we can rest this unit where it stands. We seem to have moved most. Here we can actually attack with the Dragon Lord also, so that should provide a bit of advantage. Then did we have these haven't moved yet. Let's conclude the turn. They are again using spells, which are kind of like the Shadow Wizard can also do a spell to cause trouble, especially for flyers, because he can do whirlwind or such. Now we can rest Sky Hunter here much better, up to 12 from 1. Let's keep attacking with the Dragon Lord also, so we can drive the troops out a bit. And now this can rest here, and the rest can keep attacking. Let's rest these. Attack the archer here. Now we can take the shrine. Probably get rid of the skeletons despite return fire. Alright, we found the tomb of Vakhian, a hero killed in the Shadow Lord's War of Conquest, and we found some hidden riches that were sent to treasure chamber, and some was spent on research. Would we just adjusted the research amounts too, so let's withdraw this also to rest next turn, because it's already down to 6. These are broken, so not necessarily good idea to attack, but that will be cleared next turn, so we can move them out still, as long as they don't get attacked when broken. These should also move out. Is there anything else? Slowly also starting to move these, because it seems that there won't be anything coming for the village anytime soon. Yes. Hello, Ragabas. Yes, they indeed are kind of like normal skirmisher unit, but they are in this case skeletons, so they are just undead skirmisher unit rather than like, yes, throw a skeleton at your opponent. That would be of course an interesting solution also. Let's rest here and then move out to take the other shrines. Shrine of the Winds. Some centaurs join your army. Nice. We have only 6, so let's see if we can drive these out to be able to rest that unit. Let's rest these so that they are no longer broken and go archer versus archer. That didn't go too well. Let's try still for the archer. So let's move these back to rest in that case and move in with. That was effective. All right. Worked well, and now we can rest this also. We could attack the weaker enemy air unit, do you think? At least a bit of an improvement in that respect. Even mechanical air, so it's like it looks like rocket with like some kind of revolvers. I'm not sure how it fights like the whole battle, as it's like a rocket, so it would appear single use, but however that functions. Right, did we still have unmoved here? Here, yes, so we can move further south for the next nice town of Shadwell. These have already moved, so no more to move. Let's conclude turn. Again whirlwind. That's like the shadow wizard, of course, can cast spells up to certain limit. These should rest. Didn't do much, but they are now broken, so we can probably have an effective attack with the Dragon Lord, yes, for 6 damage, so pretty good. Let's also rest these, and up here it would be nice to keep these, but it most probably is that the enemy air will keep on attacking, so let's try and see if we can at least put that one out. Yes. This should most probably rest. Then we should try to move out here for the fine village of Wattleford. Let's rest these and try to cross the river, which is always painfully slow if you are not right on the road. And again, just rest these due to the very pleasant shadow wizard. And that was all troops moved, so let's conclude turn. And again whirlwind. This is the fun with the wizard, because he can cast the spells to cause some trouble with the air units or something else. Right, we can again also attack with the Dragon Lord. There we go. Here we should move a bit carefully to not run right into an ambush with the cavalry, so let's move only up to here. Only one defender though. So also a key village, so we should try and take it also. In general, most importantly, just keep moving south, and again rest these with the whirlwind. This will be kind of difficult. Let's move them all the way here and see if we can keep them intact. Right, we can still attack with the archer. That was all troops for this turn. And the usual whirlwind. At least it's effectively keeping the bomber out. At least that attacked now the bomber, so we can actually most probably rest the Sky Hunter. Good. And here we can try and dislodge the defenders, which seems to not be going that well. At least we can take the village already this turn. Here we again have a river crossing or very long road to get to the Tower of Tombs, so we should see about possibly going across the river with most troops here. So let's move also the rest. These can rest this turn and we can keep on going after this town. Some air attack too. Let's see, apparently All troops moved, so conclude turn. And whirlwind. Now we can maybe try and get rid of the last enemy air unit, at least try to move these into safety. Get rid of the goblin scouts here. Then we also have to get leaves fly, so let's move by the road with what we already can move out from here and rest. And rest also. Rest also here considerably. That was all moves. Then we had fireball from the shadow wizard. He clearly wasn't happy. Let's keep going here. This is already a rather large map, so not as easy to finish very quickly. Now we have the river crossing to make. Let's move already somewhat forward and attack as we are able to. These should most probably rest. This can also now rest, so we may at some point actually have some use for the air units at this rate. Again a fireball, fortunately not very effective. Alright, now we can again run into an ambush, so let's go only next to the village and see. Only one defender though, so we get to start trying to dislodge them. The bottom of the map is not admittedly terribly heavily defended. Alright, those didn't do too much. Alright, we can take that over. It's very good, so we have reached one of the main objectives. Rest here and rest here. Then try to take the Tower of Tombs. It's already broken, so we should with some luck be able to dislodge them. Pretty stubborn. Alright, there we go, so it might be one turn still before we can move in, but that's already a pretty good situation. We'll see if we are fast enough to get a shot at getting the mechmaster. Resisted fear. Good. Now we are ready to move in and also capture the Tower of Tombs. And now the enemy offers to surrender, so we accept. And we found a sergeant and his knights, so some extra troops, and the Tower of Tombs also contained a magic item and 150 gold. And now we have pikemen, and also we get a shot at the mechmaster because we did this in around 10 turns, no more, so that was kind of like the best result from the Veil of Sorrow. So at this point it's very good idea to save game again. There we go, and now we actually have 141 gold. Due to slightly less research spending, we can actually even now buy some units. So also we have here also chariots coming nicely along, and then we have for Sky Hunter Silver Dragon, which is of course better than a green one apparently. And otherwise then we would have legionaries next for heavy infantry. So now we can upgrade swordsmen to pikemen for 18 apiece, and now we do have even a sergeant, which is pretty nice, so we can give them, for example, the stone that increases search range, or possibly to one of the cavalry units. So we can give them the stone of the eagle eye, and let's give the officer or even the Sky Hunter the amulet of resistance, because it seems these are the favorite targets of the whirlwind spell, so it would be a good idea to give these some extra magic resistance. Then we should look at like upgrading. If we upgrade the swordsman for 14, or we could upgrade the pikeman, and this would be 18 to upgrade, so we should most probably upgrade some of these, because we can buy only 1 unit more, so upgrading makes more sense. So let's upgrade all of these, and then look at also upgrading some of our cavalry, and see about upgrading the Sky Hunter, which is 28, which is alright. So we upgrade the green dragons, and here we could also upgrade the bomber, but I think we should consider upgrading the archers first. It's like these are originally elf bowmen, and then they can be upgraded to longbowmen. So do they also change race? Don't know when upgraded. And then we have 23 left, and we may buy 1 unit, so we should most probably. These can also be upgraded for 9, so that would also be very useful. So we have 5 left, so most probably not buying even the cheapest. We can actually buy peasants and have full army, though the peasants won't necessarily do too well, but let's buy. Gold used exactly. And now we get a shot at rescuing the mechmaster Ferras here at the Caravian Peninsula, so let's go there next and save the game afterwards if we get the mechmaster. And now it appears that the Shadow Wizard's greed is greater than his wisdom, because he has not yet evacuated the mechmaster, but he's rather in the Iron Tower. And now we have a possibility to get him to work for us. I think this was the first one, that this didn't yet have 2 spots to deploy into some later ones too. This is fortunately actually pretty small map compared to the previous one, so let's deploy and move out. And then we still have the air units left there, and now the wyverns also grew into green dragons. Improvement. And now we have also fancier like mechanical units, some of which are kind of, the design is slightly confusing. This is like Terminator equipped with tracks or something like that. It has like also different kinds of weapons. The mechanical units are kind of interesting, but this is still pretty fun that the game actually has drawings for all the units in the game, this kind of sketch ones, so it's pretty nice in that respect. We immediately get to take the Starfall altar. Your troops found magical javelins. Very good. Let's try to bomb something. Let's see if the archers return fire. No, but we did no damage either. We can also scout scout with the Sky Hunter. Let's attack here with the Dragon Lord. It was quite effective. Return fire, but still pretty good result. And now we have also like special elephants with steam guns. I think this is actually a siege engine. It's not very effective, but it's like it has this kind of armored cabin with 2 guns on the elephant. Also very interesting unit idea. Like let's make a heavy tank out of an elephant apparently. Here that village is not critical, so we can move out of Montfort altogether. And we got stuck into the marsh with one of the cavalry units. Oh well. Do we have anything else to move? No. We have only 10 turns to take the Iron Keep, but that's pretty doable. Then the usual whirlwind, and we also have some artillery in this case. That was quite effective counter-attack, so attack the archers. 12, that was quite impressive. Let's go and see if we can get rid of the artillery elephants. There we go. Nine, we can still attack this. The peasant also goes against the Terminator for 5, which is also pretty good. Let's see about trying and bombing here also. Move out with the Dragon Lord. And we can take the village now. Somehow the Sky Hunter is not doing too well, so let's move that back to rest. Also, let's move the sergeant to attack. That didn't go too well. Not much else to move, so let's conclude turn. And the usual whirlwind, some artillery action. Well, the Sky Hunter didn't do too well, unfortunately. It's very hard to keep them alive in some cases. This is broken, so we most probably should try and dislodge those with something else and rest them. We have also like mechanical bombardier, which is kind of amusing. Like, let's put a guy with a rifle to hang from a balloon. I would imagine that would be quite difficult to really effectively shoot at anything with proceeding in this manner for real, but it's again an interesting troop design. Alright, we got rid of the artillery. These should rest. These should rest. We can take the cave for the gold. And apparently we got a pack of ogres, so kind of plus minus 0. Let's rest this and conclude turn. And whirlwind as usual. Let's rest these here. And move towards the iron keep. And attack also the special unit guarding it. Iron Giant. I don't think one sees one of these anywhere else. It's like really large. And it's a single entity. Would be nice to also rest these, so let's move back a bit. It would be nice to have some effective anti-air, but it's usually the Sky Hunters are really hard to keep alive. This would be nice to rest and conclude turn. weakness. One damage, not too bad. Alright, that was effective from the Iron Giant. So let's keep moving against him. Be nice to rest these, but I think they are again being harassed by the bombardier, so let's also move them. And these are again also, I think, being harassed by enemy air. Yes, so let's move these out. Fortunately we now have the fully rested Sky Hunter to help us with the enemy air. And I think all units here should be trying to deal with these. Now we can rest the archers. Was probably no need to move these for now. And also let's rest the Dragon Lord and conclude turn. Let's keep resting the Sky Hunter and try to move troops towards the Iron Keep to take it. The Iron Giant is pretty effective at defending, must say. At least they took 1 damage. Let's try with the Dragon Lord to do 1 damage to both, which is also good. To conclude turn. Finally the enemy air took some damage with the interception. Now we can probably again go some for the enemy air. Try to dislodge the Iron Giant. Finally, so now we can take the keep, and now enemy should offer to surrender. Yes. So now we release the mechmaster for our own side, and we got 1 free artillery unit. So now we have 100 gold, and we are able to recruit also mechanical units. In addition, we now have the chariot available. So let's again save game here. And we have 92 gold to also spend on units, so let's see about that soon. But also now we can see that we can now develop also mechanical units for certain categories like heavy infantry, cavalry, sky hunter and bombardier and siege engine. So we get the Iron Giant also ourselves further on, so now we are able to buy also mechanical units with the mechmaster at our employ. And now we can also upgrade the pikemen, but we also have access to mechanical units, which is even cheaper, like warbands costs 8, but bronze men cost only 7, and they are actually somewhat better stats wise, so they have more armor and a bit more melee rating, so in that sense they are quite efficient at like minimal level heavy infantry. Now we also can upgrade our earlier peasants. The centaurs are not unfortunately upgradable. And now we also have the artillery mentioned earlier. So let's first see about upgrading and then buying new units. Now we can also upgrade these to chariots, so they improve further. I think we have fully upgraded. This should also be upgraded. Let's make them normal heavy cavalry. And we have 47 to spend, so let's upgrade the pikemen here for 11. We can buy, let's make use of the new mechanical units and buy one of these, so we are couple of units short, but we also have pretty much fully upgraded army. And next we have to choose between Broken Fang Pass and Forest of the Weeping Wind. It's again exactly an hour on the stream. I have usually kept these at one hour for now, which I've considered pretty good length for viewing. Could do also longer ones. Maybe we'll put a poll out about the length, but have considered the hour pretty nice to watch. So we had a couple of successes here and also got the mechmaster, so we can develop and recruit also mechanical units. So let's save game here also so that we can continue with the army composition we just upgraded. Next time, tomorrow actually, I'm going to play this also tomorrow in the retro slot, because this is a pretty nice game, and also got some good interest in the VOD, because it actually has been watched like over 50 times comparatively to the earlier retro ones, and the Diablo or MTG, which have been watched at most like 10 or 20 times. Considering the good attention this game has been getting, also have been playing this a bit more, so more Fantasy General to come tomorrow. Thanks for watching Ragabash, and good night for today.